Hey guys, how's it going, man? Right now I'm taking a huge hit, man. I didn't know. It's kind of weird nowadays because Bybit hack was almost 2 days ago, a day and a half ago, and now we're just feeling the repercussion of the big drop. Nobody gives a crap about. Nobody gives a crap about the altcoins. They all dropped like a rock, more than 10%. So I think it's just, I don't know, man. I mean, like, it's an unpopular opinion, but I think we might just end this bull market cycle early. You know, maybe we'll get to maybe $60,000-$70,000, and then all the altcoins will definitely go to very, very, very low points. I mean, look, man, I just have to face the reality because I actually didn't make as much money as I wanted it to be. This bull cycle was pretty hurtful for me. I think overall, Mr. Trump, man, Mr. President Trump, I respect him and all, but he made me lose a lot of money, you know. So I think especially on the second, like his 47th presidency, he just does something pretty wild. I mean, look, like, power consolidation is pretty important. I mean, considering the fact that he doesn't really just care about money nowadays, the power and also with his health is definitely very important because somebody tried to kill him. But overall is that I'm not that optimistic. I mean, like, look, we can still go along when we have a really big dip like today. But I would just, like, you know, long it and then wait for the top and then short it back, because nobody's saying that we should be shorting. But however, I'm beginning to think that it would be 100% much more profitable than getting our brainwashed that we should be longing. Because, I mean, quite honestly, I remember Fidelity and all those other stuff. They said back in the days, they said, oh, we're going to take Bitcoin or blah, blah, blah. You know, we put them to our portfolio. It doesn't really change anything, really. I mean, if retailer got no money, we just got no money, man. We got no money to buy, literally, you know what I'm saying? So I really just see, like, the Chinese stocks and the AI as the temporarily future at this moment, because US is having just insane amount of volatility, you know. I think what Elon Musk is doing, it's too crazy, you know. I think it works in a company where, hey, give me your report, you know, give me your interim report, give me your task, and a lot of things that you don't know how slow the government actually works, because I don't think any of them actually worked in the government, because they work really slow. I mean, I really, in a way, I think if you're coming from a corporate point of view, you will actually totally disrespect them. You would think like, oh, they're incompetent. But in fact, sometimes they are in charge of something where it is a very, very small movable part. It can be kind of crucial for certain, like, you know, actions. And doing such an overhaul could have quite a repercussions on the government overall and the healthiness of the government, you know. But I think overall at this moment, we're living in insane times, man. I mean, like, it was much more peaceful in the 45th presidency of Donald Trump, but the 47th is just too crazy, man. I don't think we could take it. I mean, it's kind of like, you know, you're telling an athlete that's already kind of sick, and then you're making him run all these drills Like he's just gonna faint, man. I'm not sure, man, if we could really take it. Also, I'm not gonna lie to you. I mean, no disrespect to Americans. I think a lot of them work really hard. But there are a lot of jobs out there that most Americans are just simply, they just won't do. I mean, I don't think black people are interested going back into farming ever again, just in general. They're not interested in picking, no, I wouldn't even say picking cotton. I'm just saying like just even very laborious work. Yeah, they're not gonna work in the field, man. That's not what they are keen into doing. You know, they'd rather live in a urban area, be cushy and stuff like that. And I don't think like, I think there should be workers, you know, staying here and doing the work, and they should be paying taxes. And that's what they should be doing. It's not like, oh, just put out of them. I mean, I really don't like some of them, that's for sure, when they're kind of like invading the American culture. After all, people come to America for a reason, man. People come and live in America for a reason, is to, you know, have such and such ABC, you know, kind of lifestyle. I mean, if you change too much of it, why not I just move to Mexico? Why not I just move to other places, man? And then that would just kind of defeat the purpose. So in that perspective, I do agree that America should be America. And I think like it is a problem, the fact that, for example, if I go to Tampa nowadays, it's just I don't really have to speak English at all. I mean, is that is 110% the case, man. And you know, America, but regardless of whatever it is, I don't think we can take such a heart attack like this, because you know, it's kind of like telling a, you know, really obese patient to lose weight, and they should lose weight, but it has to be gradual. And the way I'm seeing right now, it's that like not only we're not gradual, and like we're actually becoming even more aggressive. And I don't think the treatment's really gonna work, like, you know, too positively at this moment. It's just I'm not that confident that we could take it that well, you know. So overall is that we really need, you know, like really really gradual transition, you know, nothing too big. I mean, if you want to be taxing, if you want tariffs, man, 1%, 2% is already really good. Like, you know, you see how it goes first. Maybe try it for like a year. If things don't work out, increase it. You know, it's as simple as that. I mean, it's kind of like you know, doing chemotherapy. You got a cancer, great. I mean, it's okay that like America is definitely not well. 110% agree, man. Like most people know that America not doing good, not looking good, not feeling good. But if it has a cancer, we gotta remove it. We can't just like, look, if you got lung cancer, you can't remove the whole lung, man. You know what I'm saying? It's just, you gotta just start removing bit by bit, you know, like we just hopefully we get the cancer cell and do the chemo, whatever we couldn't get through, right? So it takes time. If you have too much chemo, you're just gonna kill the patient, man. So that is exactly not what we want to do. What we want to do is like, you know, get America well again. And Americans has been you know, going onto a weird path like for the past 10-15 years. I mean, the workforce, I wouldn't say is the most competitive. I mean, to tell you the truth, I mean, it really isn't. It's not the Gen Z's fault. It's not the other people's fault. I mean, I can't just say it's one person's fault. It's the whole society as a whole. You know, we have been giving out a lot of not good instructions to people, such as, like, I would have to say BET and MTV has a lot to do with it. I mean, I lived in America. I mean, you know, if you're promoting sex and like you know, in the music videos and breaking up and not living a you know, nuclear family where people should be working together instead of working against each other in a household. I mean, that's already like, you know, I mean, even Thomas Jefferson said like a house that is divided cannot stand, right? I mean, US history 101. Yeah, you're dividing the house like within your own home. I don't think like, you know, having lots of single family homes is gonna do well for the child. I mean, I think for certain situations it's probably better if one of the spouse is definitely like, you know, abusive. But I have to say, I have to review, you know, like the whole America. I mean, look, I'm going to the macro view of where America is. Like, look, putting a band-aid. I mean, I do agree that some people think like, oh, putting a band-aid is not going to help, like, you know, of what's going on in America. Yeah, sure, of course, but it also is not gonna. It's also not gonna. Also gonna not gonna like heal immediately either, you know. So it's gonna take time, man. I think also the I think a lot of people have lost a lot of trust in the Bybit, you know. Overall, I think a lot of people are not trusting crypto. A lot of newbies gonna come in. A lot of people are gonna be like selling it, man, at this moment, as they getting burned like crazy. I'm getting burned, but I'm not selling, whatever, you know. So if like you know, I guess I messed it up back in December. I should have sold it, you know. I sold a lot of it. And I definitely messed up, man, because I did. I have to say, I really did not see that Donald Trump is going to be drastically different this time. I miscalculated the fact that I think the assassination would have a huge impact on his ideas of how to govern things. I think, to tell you the truth, I think like he took a huge turn into his own thinking when he got shot. I mean, you would too, man, because like you no longer would just only care about money. You would care about purging. You know what I'm saying? Gotta be somebody out there, Nancy Pelosi. Well, I wouldn't say Nancy Pelosi, man. I don't want to name any names, man. Gotta be somebody out there that wants him dead, you know? So he's gonna want to, like, probably get those people first. He wouldn't know, like, exactly who. Maybe he would have gotten some intel, but you can't trust the intel 110%. It gotta be someone. So, like, he's gonna get them. And meanwhile, guess what? Like, crypto is part of like his thing, and I think a lot of people are just gonna not trust in it either. So not positive, man. I mean, I'm just not, you know, I'm not gonna be overly like not positive. I just won't sell, but like at the same time, I don't know if I'm gonna be into buying either, you know. I mean, I'd much rather get into Chinese stuff, but if I have the capital. But I'm in a hairy situation. That's all I could say, man. I did not expect this. I was expected a bull February, March, and I miscalculated it, man. I miscalculated bad, and it's definitely my own fault, man, because I did not calculate how much of an impact of assassination would do on a mental thinking. People usually just go on of attempted assassinations on other presidency, but hey, man, Mr. Trump is different, so it's built different. So, but I think at the same time, there are definitely certain catastrophe that he has done in his life, and he's now being amplified on his decisions, that his past decisions, that is gonna put America at risk, man. That's all I could say. You know, I mean, I like him, but he's gonna put certain things at risk, man, no matter what, because he was a risky guy. I mean, dude, he's like, he owns a casino, man. You know, so yeah, I mean, we just have to, like, you know, pray that, like, things are gonna be, it's gonna be good. It's gonna be good, man. I mean, it's gonna be good regardless, but man, things are definitely very tough for me at this moment. You know, I think I will still survive, still figure it out how to trade these. I trade, um, but I mean, dude, I mean, it's as simple as that. Is that if you're an investor, if you're kind of new, will you be that confident right now in American tech, in American economy right now? Is there that much faith in it? And the answer is probably no. And you're gonna look into China, like, where there's an offer, you guys would call it an authoritarian guy. Like, look, he's not gonna get off anytime soon. You're not gonna impeach him, and people are just living as they are. I mean, they're definitely living less perfectly, but there are order, there are no chaos, there are no, like, LA fire, there's no LGBT stuff, there's no race war, you know. And people always say, like, oh, there's no freedom there. Well, I mean, if certain freedom is restricted or cannot do, guess what? It's going to be more peaceful. So that's the thing. I mean, that's you know, that's unfortunately the case of America is going to experience crazy volatility. There are going to be tons of protests, tons of, like, people that's going to be unhappy. And yeah, if you choose somebody else, does it Donald Trump, and then a bunch of black people not going to be happy, a bunch of Hispanic people not going to be happy, and then it's going to be non-stop chaos, man. I mean, they're going to be start fighting. It's just logic, man, right now. So yeah, I mean, like, we gotta do something, man. We gotta save. We cannot save it with a Bitcoin reserve. What we need to do is definitely putting money back into the consumers. The consumers has to be able to buy stuff. They can buy stuff, man. It's game over, you know. And if you're putting a tariff on China, it's going to hurt American consumers, because guess what? You just cannot. It's just not competitive. You're so far away from the manufacturing. Back when America is still able to manufacture things, so it's back in the 80s, and we killed it, you know. And we are so far. We're like 30 years, 40 years away from the efficiency of the Chinese people can do. And let's not even find America to compete with China in terms of manufacturing. Like, India has no clue how to even compete, you know, like in terms of manufacturing, you know, like in terms of scalability, you know. So it's extremely, you know, like that huge divine. And at this moment, you still have to rely on it. It's going to take you 5-10 years, and actually maybe even 15 years to even catch up. If you can catch up, like, to have a competitive, good quality, you know, low cost good, you know, or it's just not going to happen, or you're just going to eat you know, put a dent on American families. And I think if you're putting a dent on American families now, it's just yeah, I mean, like, I think the real estate is gonna, like, buckle up. I mean, it's already unaffordable already to begin with. And my mom actually sold a place, and like, her place, like, 2 years ago, and now I see the listing is relisted again, you know. So I don't really think that the guy who bought it, first of all, he probably lost his job, you know, from all these things. And then second, even if he thought he had a job, he thought he's gonna room with other people, and nobody actually came and room with him. And maybe they rather room in an apartment or something like that. And you know, he's just not gonna be. Obviously, he's not happy with the current situation, or he wouldn't list it. But if he does, like, you know, sell it, he would make a gain or loss, like around maybe $15,000 at most is profit. But you know, with the lawyer fees and taxes and all this other stuff, he would make no money. So the way I see it is that a lot of things are stacked against America. I mean, if we just have one more bad push, definitely we push in a real recession real soon, man. That's all I could say.